So good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. This was going to be a press conference reaction, but as soon as I finished recording the video that I dropped last night, go and check that video about Martin Odegaard out. I did see a couple of stories that came to my attention that I thought were more important than reading out a press conference transcript. We're going to talk about William Saliba having the clause activated in his contract to extend for another year. We're going to dive into that in a second. And also Chelsea trying to hijack the deal for Mudryk, which it wouldn't surprise me one bit, but we'll get into that in a second. Make sure you are smashing the likes up, people. Make sure you drop your donations in via the thanks option. Hit the option, write what you want. I reply to everyone who does that. Also, I will be going live later today on the second channel, More League Gunner. It's put under there as More League Gunner. Go and follow that channel right now. Subscribe to that channel. I will be doing a Wolves versus Manchester United watch along on there, which is something I'm not going to be doing going forward, but I need to get the watch time up as that channel got demonetized for non-activity and lack of activity over the last 18 months. So I need to get the watch time right back up. So come and join in. Then I'll be back on here later today as well, doing the full match day program as usual with Ola, the fan cams, player ratings, etc., etc. Let's start off with William Saliba. Arsenal have activated the clause in the contract. David Ornstein tweeted that out literally as I just pressed record, saying that we've activated the clause in the contract. We're still trying to negotiate on a renewal of the contract, but we've extended his contract via the clause in it for an extra year, which was due to expire in the summer of 2023. That's now been extended for another year. So his contract's got 18 months left on it now, not the 6 months that that everyone was panicking about. But it has now been extended to 2024, which there's a few reasons I think we've done that. Number one, I think we've been negotiating with him and his agent for a while, and there's been no real movement on it, hence why he's allowed it to go down that far. I think that he's a player that would probably command a massive transfer fee, even with 6 months left on the contract. I think that when you look at the caliber of player that we have there and the ceiling, as some people would say, of player that we have there, I think that, you know, there's going to be a lot of football teams around the world that want to require his services, and we can command a massive fee, even with the 6 months left that he had. I actually thought it was longer than that, but according to Ornstein, his contract was running until 2023. He's 21 years old. The deadline to trigger the extra 12 months was New Year's Eve at midnight. So there's a few reasons as to why we've extended this. Number one, the deadline to activate that clause was tonight. As I record this, I'm recording it the day before. So you're seeing this on New Year's Eve. We had until midnight on New Year's Eve to extend that contract by that extra year. Otherwise, we couldn't do it. I don't know why that's a deadline on that. I've never heard of that before. Maybe that's just common practice. I don't know. But Arsenal have extended that until 2024. I was under the impression that Saliba had more than 6 months left on his contract. I thought he had 18 months left on his contract, but there we go. I've just been enlightened with this new information. Let's see what Transfer Market is saying on this. Let's have a little look on that. Transfer Market say that his contract expires on June 24. Maybe they've just updated their website. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that it was longer anyway. I'm sure it was. But anyway, he has extended. 2 reasons. Number one, we were running out of time to extend it. Number two, the fact that he's not signed a new contract. And obviously Arsenal have done the smart move here and protected the club and the value of the player. So, yeah, good bit of business all round. But I do think that we are still in negotiations to sign him up to a new long-term contract. But I'm not so sure he's going to sign it. I can't lie. I've said this before. The Athletic have put this out there saying Arsenal activated the option to extend centre-back William Saliba's contract until 2024. The 21-year-old's deal has been set to run out in the summer with a deadline of 31st of December to trigger the extra 12 months. Arsenal have also taken that step in recent days. Talks continue between Arsenal and Saliba over a long-term contract. This is Saliba's first year in the Arsenal first team setup. The France international and spent the previous 3 seasons on loan at St Etienne, Nice and Marseille. Since returning ahead of the 22-23 season. He's been an ever-present at the heart of the defence, helping Arsenal to a 5-point lead at the summit of the Premier League. He's also featured 24 times for Arsenal this season, scoring twice, and has formed a formidable partnership with Gabriel Magalhaes. Arsenal's next game is against Brighton Hove Albion on New Year's Eve. Now, listen, I'm buzzing that he's signed, and it means that we've got him for another 18 months unless a massive offer comes in and then we accept the massive offer. But if we're going to get any money for William Saliba, we're going to be talking about stupid amounts of money, because you know, some of the players that are doing the rounds for like 80, 90, 100 mil, them sort of figures. We're seeing Enzo Fernandez being hit for 120 mil move. Well, on that basis alone, William Saliba is 120 mil as well, then, isn't he? So you will have the top clubs in Europe, PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Man City. All of these clubs will be lining up to sign him, regardless of us activating that. The fact that he's not signed a new contract is worrying. But fair play to the football club, because they've took this on board to say, no, let's actually just get this done. Let's get this over the line and actually sign him up. So then we hold the card still, because now he can't, because this is the 1st of January, he could have then been able to talk to overseas clubs. So it is a smart move from Arsenal. Well done to them. They're actually acting like a big football club. It's great to see. Let's move on to Mudryk. Leave your thoughts on William Saliba in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on all of that. Let me know whether you think he will actually sign a new deal. Leave that down below. But I'm just reading this. Chelsea hope to hijack Arsenal's deal for Mudryk as the transfer race takes twists. Arsenal are the only club that have bid for Mykhailo Mudryk, but now Chelsea are entering the running. Chelsea are reportedly interested in signing top January transfer target Mudryk, and now the two London rivals are set to battle it out for the signature. Earlier this week, the Gunners finally made their move, submitting their first formal offer worth in the region of 55 million, including the add-ons, for the highly rated 21-year-old. It then continues on, but Shakhtar held firm, rejecting the offer as they continue to point potential suitors towards their £85 million asking price for their wonder kid. However, Arsenal are not prepared to pay that kind of money as they work on finding a compromise. But now their task has become even more difficult, with Chelsea throwing their hat into the ring. According to The Guardian, the Blues are keen on hijacking the deal after registering an interest in Mudryk, who aligns with their ambitions, forward-thinking transfer plans under Graham Potter. It's now understood that Chelsea could pose a serious threat to Arsenal, although the Gunners have received assurances from Mudryk's agent that he wants to join the club. Listen, that ain't even a debate. 100% the guy wants to join the club. But what you have to take into account, Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic, their futures are unclear. Hudson-Odoi is on loan at Bayer Leverkusen, ain't good enough anyway. Raheem Sterling's not exactly hit the ground running. They do need a player in that position as well. And let's be real, they've got the money. And it would not surprise me one bit if they went and just paid the asking price. They've got the money. He wants to make a statement, Todd Bowley. And Graham Potter needs a player in attacking positions that can be a bit better than Christian Pulisic, who I think is absolute garbage. Raheem Sterling's one of the most frustrating footballers ever on this planet to ever watch. He does so many good things, and then he lets it down with the last pass because he wants to have a shot, or he'll shoot, or he'll pass when he should have had a shot. His decision-making is poor. The fact that he was nicking a living at Man City for so long is a miracle. But he hasn't really set into life at Chelsea right yet, properly. And I think that it would not surprise me one bit if they go and pay the 85 million quid for him. It'd make a statement. Graham Potter gets his first signing. The way Arsenal fans are going on, this is the second coming of Neymar. So they get themselves a Neymar-type player that can be direct, score goals. He's rapid. I don't know. We shall see. This is going to play out and play out and play out. Maybe, just maybe, this is the agent playing games. I don't know. Maybe this is just Chelsea playing games. Maybe Chelsea don't even want him. But they're trying to drive the price up, so we play a bit more. We all know that football's a ruthless game. We all know that there's a lot of cat and mouse and games that go on in the transfer window over signings. We've seen it many, many times. Eden Hazard, Willian, players like that. Even going back to the likes of Petit. Tottenham paid for Petit's taxi to Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of mind games and a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that we're not privy to. But it would not surprise me one bit if Mudryk ends up at Chelsea. We've been linked to so many players over the years that then Chelsea come in, bang, he signs for Chelsea. So listen, I've never seen a player twerking so much for a football club in my life. when he plays for another football club. So it'd be absolutely hilarious if he didn't end up coming to us, wouldn't it? Then what would our fans say? Yeah, because the way they've built this guy up, he's the second coming of Neymar. So yeah, let's see how this plays up. And let's see if Arsenal actually submit a second bid. Let's see if Chelsea put a first bid in. And let's see what happens. Because I'll tell you something, the boy is wanted by Arsenal. He wants Arsenal, but we ain't paying the money. So if they put a bid in Chelsea that is anywhere near what Shakhtar want, they're accepting it. Now the player's got a choice. Do you reject Chelsea Football Club? Arsenal ain't coming in with that sort of money. Or do I stay at Shakhtar? Sorry to break this to you, but it'll be going to Chelsea if they stump up anywhere near what the asking price is. So this is why people, listen, it ain't happened yet. It's all if, buts and maybes, but this is why I don't sit there twerking for players that link to us. This is why I sit there and dissect transfer rumours properly. The way our fans have been making compilations. This all goes back to the same as Lisandro Martinez. And then when he went to Man United, we didn't want him anyway. He's too small. What's the excuse going to be if this guy ends up signing for Chelsea? What are our fans that have made a mockery of this and made themselves look little idiots on the internet? If he ends up going to Chelsea, oh my days, a lot of these people are dusted out here. But let me know your thoughts on all of that. I'm going to go and watch Liverpool-Leicester, which kicked off 4 minutes ago. And yeah, this was a press conference reaction, but not anymore, people. So there was 2 stories that were more important. So I will be live later. Make sure you smash the likes up on the video. I will be live on the second channel. Go and subscribe to that. More League Gunner. I'll be doing Wolves, Man United. I will then be doing the full Arsenal program on here with the watch along, the fan cams, the player ratings, etc., etc. And yeah, looking forward to it. I do think we'll beat them. I think we'll win 3-1 against Brighton. It's not an easy game. It's not an easy place to play against. They've already beaten us in the cup this season. So let's see how we get on later on this evening. But anyway, all have a wonderful New Year's Eve. We're out of here. Adios, amigo.